Good morning YouTube, and welcome to day 5 of my Northwest rod race, where we're trying to tick off as many species off this list as we can in 7 days. As you can probably tell by the video behind me, I'm back at High Hayes in Chorley. Now, I didn't want to visit the same fishery twice on my rod race, but desperate times call for desperate measures, and we're really struggling to get through all the species. And High Hayes is an absolute superb fishery for catching multi-species. Now, we still need barbel, we still need tench, we still need perch, we still need gudgeon, we still need ghost carp, and all these species we can get here at High Hayes. So I thought long and hard about it, and after such a cracking session on the Ribble yesterday, I thought I'll come back here, I'll do a bit of feeder fishing and float fishing and see if we can get a load more species ticked off the list. That'll then leave the last 2 days to target specific fish that we haven't managed to achieve throughout this first 5 days. So that's the plan anyway. I'm fishing 2 method feeder rods at the moment, but I have got my float rods set up. I've mixed some of my caramel 2mm pellets up. I've not put any halibut pellets in the mix, and that's a little change that I'm making with the weather conditions changing so much. I don't want to put too much feed out, and the fish meal pellets are lower feed than the halibut pellets. I am going with 2 original Westy's wafters to start in pink. Because of all the rain that we've had, I think the pink's going to be the best colour, because I don't know whether you can see it, but the water is ultra murky. I've got 1 rod down the margin here to the right, and I've got 1 rod fishing over there to the aerator. It's going to be a nice chilled day today. My dad's with me. I'll show you if he catches anything, but his fish don't count towards my rod race, unfortunately. It's not phone a friend, it's not ask the audience, so I've got to do it all myself. And I think we're doing all right so far. I'm pretty confident that we're going to get pretty much every species on the list, maybe barring some of the challenge fish, but that is why they're on there as challenge fish. Right folks, without further ado, let's get into the video. Let's get some fish on the bank. Hopefully manage to get a few species ticked off. Right, let's have a bit of a recast here. Let's get some bait out there. I think my best chance for a tench is going to be over there by the aerator. I tell you what folks, I dressed for winter this morning. I've put my new bib and brace on, and I'm absolutely sweating cobs. You just can't judge the weather at this time of year, can you? It's actually really mild today, but it doesn't say that on the weather forecast. It says about 14 degrees. But a good thing is we've got a nice little breeze blowing down this side. Now, there's not as much of a ripple on here as I'd like. We seem to do really well for tench and stuff like that when there's a breeze blowing down here at High Hayes. But I think we're still in for a good chance. I'm pretty confident so far. We'll see how that confidence fares over the next couple of hours. At High Hayes, it never comes on straight away. It's usually a couple of hours before the fish start finding the feed, so I'm not too worried yet. Right, let's get this method feeder rod back out. I'm hoping these caramel pellets do it for me today. I'm going to get loads of liquids out there. Let's get some of this coca scope. Needs using up. It's absolutely battered, that bottle. I've had it bouncing around in my bait bag. I'm going to have 1 more cast over there, and then I'm going to try down here. That'll do us, right next to the aerator. Look at this, he's coming over giving me tips already. Why the hell is there an absolute ripple blowing on my dad's side here, and it's absolutely glassy, still calm on my side? Look at this. Proper ripple on this side. You took the side? Yeah, I know I did. So I'm probably going to give this an hour or so, and then I'll swap onto float, and we'll see if we can get some gudgeon or something down this margin here. God knows. Got to give it a try though. I have had gudgeon down that margin before, or maybe it was a little bit further up, but you never know. I always find that the gudgeon are really tight into the margins. I have had them on the method feeder, but they've got to be a decent sized gudgeon to take a wafter. But they will do it. Can be right savage bites as well. I'm in, folks. That was a really weird bite. Did it register on my bite alarm? It's definitely on. It didn't even move off with the bait. F1. We don't need that for the challenge, but it's a nice fish. Good start, means they're on the feed. It's a bonny one. On the original Westy's wafter. I need to check my bite alarm and see why it wasn't indicating. Nice F1 to start the day. Come on, let's get a 10. Oh, God, that's a run. I'm having it, Dad, sorry. It weren't quick enough, he's fishing on the float. Come and get it. You just swapped onto a pink wafter. What was you on? I'm claiming it, folks. What is it? Probably a fish we don't need. This reel feels a bit stiff, Dad. That's a nice comment. Oh, that came in a lot quicker than I think it should have done. I struck into it and landed it before it even got up from his seat. That's a nice fish, that, Dad. Well, at least they're on the feed. If the carp are on the feed, we've got chance for other species.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, my dad wanted to come out with me today because you've not been out in a couple of weeks, have you, Dad, fishing? So, well, not to high haze anyway. Bloody loves it here. Just going to stick a few of these maggots down the margin here in prep for float fishing. I'm only going to be fishing close in. That'll do. I might actually throw some down the back as well. Now, these are bronze maggots that I've got left over from our river session, and they are dying my hands already. But hopefully they get something grubbing about down there. No harm in putting them over the top of the method feeder like that. If it draws a small fish in, it'll draw the big fish in as well. With a bit of luck, like tench. Tench absolutely love the pink wafters, don't they, Dad? We always do well on tench here. So, I'm confident. Now, as I've said to you, I've not planned the last 2 days of the rod race because I wanted to see how I got on today, and then we can go out and target specific fish for the last 2 days. Just try and knock that extra 1 or 2 off the list. Not making excuses or anything like that, but the weather change has really been against me on this rod race. I do want to do another one. This has been great practice, and it's let me know the kind of things that I'll need to do for the next one. And I think on the next rod race I'll probably involve my dad as well. And you'll be all glad to know I've actually put coffee in my flask today. So you're gonna get lively Westy rather than half asleep, absolutely shattered Westy. Take it easy, Dad. I think it was just swimming towards you.
Yeah.
Mirror carp in the bag. Well done, Dad. Still nice to catch carp here, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
They must be on the feed. Just had a nice hide on the float, folks, down the margin. Ah, it's a nice tench. Well done, Dad. I could have done with that for the rod race today, but I'm sure I'll get one. That's just told me that they're on the feed though, Dad. Awesome. Nice little tench. Well, I'm in here, folks, swimming under that peg. I'm pretty sure it's a tench. Yeah, a bit smaller than my dad's, but still a tench on the rod race, folks. Oh, it's fighting now at my feet. You just chuck us my net, please, Dad. Oh, quick, 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 I don't want to lose it. First tench on the rod race. Happy days. In the bag. Let's tick it off. Species off the list. On the pink Westy's wafter.
It's a bit bigger than mine, that.
No, it's smaller than yours. Just swapped back onto feeder as well. Oh, this rain's starting. But I'm not bothered because we've got tench and we've ticked it off the list. How weird's that though? My dad had a tench, and then within about 5 minutes I had a tench as well. Very strange. I usually do find that though. You have the same sort of fish in quick succession. Even though we're not fishing really even the same lake. It is obviously connected, but that side definitely fishes different to this side, usually. Very strange. Well, not bothered. We've got a tench and that's all that matters. So I'm hoping that we either get a ghosty, a koi, or a barbel now. Dad's just had a nice roach on the feeder. That was a bite and a half. My God, I think it's a big F1. Yeah, it is. This is a stonking F1, folks. I'm surprised it's not fought harder. It's fighting here at my feet. It's quite deep here at High Haze in the margin, but this is an absolute cracker of an F1. Wow. That's about 6 pounds of F1, that. It's an F6, this one, Dad. They definitely go bigger than this. We've had them bigger than this, but this is still a really nice one. Look at that for an F1.
That's a beauty.
It's a nice shape, isn't it?
Oh yeah. You always remind me of giant crucians.
Well, that's what they're bred with, isn't it?
Yeah.
To make these. Catch F1s like that all day. Sod the rod race. That's an everything. That's at least 6 pounds, 6.5 pounds. It's heavier. It might even go more, but I'm not going to wait. Straight back. He's in again. Oh, it's another tench. It's got a wound on its right, isn't it? Yeah, let's put some carp care on it. I'm not sure what's going on with this tench, folks, but it can't hurt to get a bit of carp care on it. But it's like burst blood vessels all the way down it, and it's not blood, that it's because like my dad just rubbed it, then it's not come off. Just there we go. I think it's got some kind of infection.
Definitely.
And it started there behind the fin, definitely.
It's all over it, because it's on the tail, isn't it?
Right, well, it's not going to hurt it, you know what I mean? It can only help. Trying not to step on my float rod. I've just refed some maggots down that left-hand margin, but this is a nice mirror. What are the chances that we come out for this rod race, we want other species, Dad, and we start catching carp?
Yeah, we never catch carp.
No, we never get carp here. Just must be the right time of year. They've obviously adapted to that change in temperature, but this is a good carp, this. It looks a double. God, it had me right down into them snags.
Was it on edge?
Yeah, that's a good mirror. Oh, hold on, Dad, take it easy. It's almost as big as that unhooking mat there. Well, I might get round to float fishing at some point today. All of these on the pink Westy's wafters. The originals, that is easily a double figure mirror carp, that. It's thick and long. And you can see they're absolutely perfect, these carp, because they don't get caught that often. A couple of maggots nicked on there. Let's have a go down here. It's like somebody else has lost the float over there at the back. Oh. Well, folks, that was literally under straight away. And I think that's safe to say it's a swinger and not a netter, but that is perch off the list. Oh my God, straight away that went under. But I have been feeding maggots down that margin, and no, this is not a rod race to catch the smallest version of every species, but that's the way it's going at the moment. What a beauty. Well, mwah, that is perch off the list. Let's tick it off. Oh my God. Smallest pike, smallest perch. Dear me, we're not doing so well for predator fish at the minute. Little hide. Right, I'm going to get the method feeder back out, I think. But what are the chances, Dad, that the only time that we don't want carp, or we don't need carp, and we start catching them here? It's typical, isn't it? But I'm in high hopes for getting a ghosty or something like that, Dad, if they're on the feed, or maybe even a koi if we're so lucky. There are koi in here. I don't think there's many, but that'll be a great one to tick off. Literally just plopped it down there, tight in. I did feed a load of pellets down there this morning as well, so you'll find that the carp will find it and move on to it. Ghosty or koi, that's what we need. Well, the little perch are on the munch. Dad's just had one on the float, on the worm. I'm just going to interrupt this video for a second to say, if you are enjoying it and you are enjoying the rod race, please hit that subscribe button. It's all you need to do to support the channel, and also hit the bell icon as well. That way you won't miss another video every time I post. And if you are enjoying it, please hit that like button as well. So those couple of things are all you need to do to support me and to support the channel. Let's get back into it, folks. Let's see if we can get a few more on the bank. Well, I'm in, folks, down that right hand margin. Pretty sure it's a barbel with the way that it's fighting. Yeah, it is. I knew I'd get a barbel down that right hand side at some point today. It's a nice one as well. Another species off the list. They patrol these edges up and down the causeway here, and this is the reason that I've come back to High Hayes, because of the pure amount of species that you can tick off. It's a nice one, that, isn't it, Dad?
Yeah, that's decent size. Pink wafter again.
The pink wafters. I'll put a link to the original F1 suite in the description for you. There's not many left, but what a beautiful stillwater barbel that is. Absolute stunner. Wouldn't mind a couple of pictures with that one, Dad. Stillwater barbel. Let's tick it off the list, folks. Oh, Dad's in. Let's see what he's got. Yeah, why is it sailing in like that? That's weird, isn't it? It must be a big bream. What a cracking bream, Dad. Jesus. What a stonker. Similar sort of size to that one that I had earlier in the week. Look at that slab. Yeah, it is, definitely. I don't know where my best chance is for a ghosty. We need a ghosty or a koi. The only thing is just keep going, isn't it? Until you get something like that.
I think out later.
Yeah, they always seem to be out there, the ghosties and kois, don't they? They're always hanging about that sort of range. So, but this margin's been quiet. Obviously, we just had a barbel down the right hand margin. So let's try both rods straight out. Well, seeing as we're catching all right, folks, I'm going to have a bit of a play about. I'm going to get a spicy sausage wafter on and see if we can get a fish on the spicy sausage. Let's have a play about with it with some of these flavours and colours. There we go. Bit of spicy sausage glaze. Whew, that smells so good. Most of my fish today haven't been near the aerator, they've been just straight out there. Definitely confident on the spicy wafter. I've had some decent fish on them so far. This must be a bream. I was just reeling my other rod in to recast it, the margin one, on the spicy sausage wafter in the net. I'm going to want to hook it in the net as well. Yeah, spot on that bream. It's not as big as my dad's, but a nice one. Nice slab on the spicy sausage, Dad. Dad's stolen my towel today. I must say, folks, I'm so chuffed with how today's going. It was a little bit of a gamble coming back to High Hayes, because obviously it wasn't fishing well the other day, but I just had a feeling that we managed to get tench and barbel ticked off. But the fact that I've got a perch as well, it's just taking a little bit of pressure off that. I think I'm still going to have to go back to the river for eel. But from the last few videos, if you're following the channel, you'll know that I've done really well for eel, small eels, little bootlaces at Church Deeps. So I think we're going to have to go there and have a go for some eels in the next couple of days. But folks, today is not over yet, and I've still got a chance of a ghost carp and a koi. That's what I'm banking on now. Going all out for them. I've got one rod down the margin still and one rod just out. I mean, I could spend some time on the float trying to get a gudgeon, so I might swap back onto float in a little bit and have another go. Very, very outside chance. I think I've caught one here in all the times that I've been here, so it's a big ask, but you never know. Things seem to be going my way on the rod race so far, even though the conditions have been terrible. And I don't think the stamper fish have been the best, but It is what it is. Ticking them off the list, and that's all that matters. And it's been enjoyable so far. Oh, there's a bream bite, I think. Dad's into an almost definite barbel down by this tree here. I just told him to just chuck his feeder underneath this tree because we always get barbel down there. Watch it be a carp now. Is it the pirate barbel? It looks like it's only got one eye. I was joking before saying that you might catch the pirate barbel down there. I'm pretty sure it is, Dad. Always get this barbel under that tree there. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Let's have a look at it. It's the pirate barbel. Spin it round. There you go. It's got one eye. Shiver me timbers and all that. He's caught it. You've got to get on them so quick. If you look at how snaggy it is down there, but the barbel love it. You've got to get on them, fish heavy, bully him out of there. It's another nice one, that. Well, I might have just dipped some fish water in your coffee, but all the barbel are on the munch today. But you've got to be in the right place down the margins.
Oh yeah.
And tight in, like really tight in. If you're not in the right place here, folks, you just won't get the barbel. You've got to be under the snags and stuff. Yeah. But they're in here. What a massive difference it makes when you really know a fishery. That's why I don't recommend to everybody to go and fish loads of different fisheries like I do. Obviously I do that to keep things interesting. But when you get to know a fishery intimately and you know exactly where the fish are going to be, it just makes the fishing so much better year round. Obviously we fish high haze a lot and it's a brilliant fishery, but it can be really hit and miss, can't it, Dad? It's not an easy fishery by any.
No, it's not. It can be really tough.
It can be a really tough fishery. So if you're watching this video and you think, oh, it looks absolutely cracking there, you could come and you could very easily blank unless you were fishing for silvers. So I know that we're making it look easy, but it's just because we know this fishery. We've fished here for years now. But yeah, I recommend to anybody else, you know, just get to know your local fishery, and you never know what you're going to catch. I mean, the amount of times that we've fished here, but we've never had that high 20 out of here, have we? But it does come out. It does come out. It often comes out on a pole, believe it or not. So it's probably very rig shy, probably very shy of a method feeder. But the carp here do sit higher up in the water, and I think over winter I'll probably give zigs a try, Dad, here. Yeah, definitely, so I can target the different layers. I might get my deeper out, have a few chucks on the deeper, and just see what kind of depths the fish are at here in winter, and then I'll fish zigs. I think that'll be an interesting video. Definitely want to do that. And I've got my own zigs being made in the pineapple flavour, which is absolutely killer, so I'm so excited for them. Oh, I don't know what this is, Dad, but it's a weird fight. Tiny bream. It's not often that you get little silver bream like this, is it? They seem to be bigger. It's a really good barbel, this, folks. Huge still water barbel. This is definitely the biggest barbel that we've had out of here. Not to put the pressure on you, Dad, but this will lump this. That is massive. I think that's worth weighing, because I think that's the biggest that we've had out of here. That is a lump of a barbel for a still water. You'd be happy with that one out at Ribble, Dad.
Oh, absolutely.
Look at that for a lump. That is a chunk, Dad. That, folks, is 5.5 pound of coarse fishery barbel. A little perch, slightly bigger than that last one. Look at that barbel. That's his 4th barbel underneath that tree. A roach? Are you sure? I think it's an hide.
No, it's a roach.
Look at that for a quality roach. It's a nice one, that, isn't it?
Yeah,
on the float?
Yeah.
But I don't think this is a gudgeon. Oh my God. Folks, you will not believe this. You will not believe my luck today. even if I told you. I think I can count that as both. That's a ghost koi. It's not a ghost carp, I don't think. Oh my gosh. I just put a 6mm pink wafter on. I'm pretty sure that's a ghost koi. I think I'll have to do a little bit of Googling on this before we decide, but either way, it's one of the species ticked off, if not both. What an absolute beauty. I was literally just trying for a gudgeon on a smaller wafter, and I've had this absolute beauty, which is, it's coming up to a double. It's a nice long fish. I'm just going to do a little bit of Googling and just see what the difference is between a ghost carp and a ghost koi, but I'm pretty sure that's a ghost koi. It's a special fish, that. So one of the things that's making me think it's a ghost koi is, one, just how pale it is. Usually a ghost carp is usually a little bit darker, and then they've got this obviously skull head, but this has also got oranges and stuff in the back. It's got orange flecks in it, orange flecks on the fins. It's a koi. It's a ghost koi. That's what it says there. Ghost carp, simply an alternative name for ghost koi. I think, folks, I deserve to tick both off the list for that. We're going to tick koi off, and we're going to tick ghost carp off. What a beautiful fish. Happy days, folks. I might be being a bit cheeky, but come on, you got to give me it. Trying for a gudgeon down the edge, and that absolutely snaffles my 6mm wafter. The sweet candy wafters. Right, let's get it back out there. I think that was more koi than ghost carp though, wasn't it? With the colours on it. One thing's for certain is that the carp are definitely feeding up for winter. Oh, little barbel. Moved on to this right hand margin spot after the koi. Got it. Well, I knew I'd get a carp down that margin at some point today. I'm assuming it's a carp. Yeah, I certainly hope it's a gudgeon, Dad, but I think I'm pushing it. Actually might be a barbel. It's staying really deep, stirring up the bottom like it might be a barbel. It's fighting like a carp in terms of strength. Oh, Dad, you won't believe it. You just won't. You won't believe it. What a fish. Oh my gosh. That's a ghost carp. That's definitely a ghost carp. Look at that. Amazing. Oranges and everything. But yeah, that's what I would call a ghost carp. Calling that one a ghost carp and the other one a koi. It fought hard, that fish, folks. Catching that much that I've had to mix myself some more pellets up. It was really an hard fighting ghost carp, that. But I knew I'd get one down there at some point. Let's put it back down there because we all know that carp school together. They all shoal together and hang about together, so we'll get some more maggots down this margin. I might as well use them up. Another little barbel. Oh. I don't know what this is, but it was going back for the snags, which tells me that it's probably a barbel. Like a decent fish. God, that is a good fish. That's a very good carp, folks. Very, very good carp. I'm actually shaking. It's a good fish to have on a method feeder, this. Is it all them maggots that I've been chucking down that they're just coming in and hoovering up? This net is definitely undersized for this fish, but I prefer the scoop net still. Oh, I missed him. Just cruising round here. My arm's aching. Wow. Hey, Dad. Look at that. Folks, that's a monster.
It's a proper chunk.
That's an absolute monster. Oh my god. What a chunk. It's just over £12 that, folks. Believe it or not. Again, a few people that probably would have said that was a lot bigger. But we weigh things accurately here on Westy's Angling, don't we, Dad?
That was a nice fish, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to call it a day there and get packed up, but I'm so chuffed with how day 5's gone. We've ticked loads of species off the list. We've got barbel, which was a tough one. We've got tench, which I was worried about. I thought this massive temperature drop would have really put the tench off the feed, but we've managed to tick that one off. The only one that I was really banking on today was gudgeon. I'm gutted I've not been able to get a gudgeon today, but it is what it is. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep on with the rod race. We've got 2 full days left. I'm having to cut today short because I've got an absolute ton of web orders to get home and get packed and get them posted for you guys. Thank you so much to everybody that's ordered off the website. It means a lot to me, and it means a lot to my dad as well. That support is brilliant, and it allows me to come out and do things like the rod race for you. And yeah, I've had an absolutely cracking day, and I think you have as well, haven't you, Dad? You've enjoyed it?
Yeah, it's been good today.
So we've both had some cracking fish. So I just want to say thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in day 6 of the rod race. And just one last message before I wrap this video up: make sure you hit that subscribe button. That way you're not going to miss another video in the rod race or any adventures that are yet to come on Westy's Angling. I'll see you next time, folks.